McDonald's is the most successful burger chain in human history. They feed over 69 million people every single day. That is more than the entire population of the United Kingdom buying a meal from a single company every 24 hours. To the average consumer, it is the undisputed king of fast food. An empire built on cheap fries, happy meals, and childhood nostalgia. But here is the multi-billion-dollar lie. McDonald's is not a fast food company. In fact, if you look at their secret financial ledger, the burgers they sell are just an elaborate turquoise green for a massive, secret corporate empire. Tonight, we uncover how they pulled off the greatest business deception in human history. To understand this trap, we have to go back to a cold corporate room in the 1960s. McDonald's former CEO, Harry Sonneborn, looked at his investors and executives and said something that should have made headlines all over the world. He said, and I quote, "We are not technically in the food business. We are in the real estate business. The only reason we sell 15-cent hamburgers is because they are the greatest producer of revenue from which our tenants can pay us rent." Let that sink in for a moment. McDonald's owns over 40,000 prime pieces of real estate across the globe. From Times Square in New York to Piccadilly Circus in London and Champs-Élysées in Paris. They occupy the absolute most expensive, high-traffic corners on planet Earth. They do not make their billions by selling $3 burgers. They make their billions by owning the very dirt beneath the buildings. So, how exactly does this trap operate? If you are an aspiring entrepreneur in the US or UK and you want to achieve the American dream by opening a McDonald's franchise, you would assume you just pay a fee, use their logo, and buy the food ingredients. Wrong. That is exactly where the trap snaps shut. McDonald's corporate has a massive department dedicated solely to identifying the absolute best, most expensive real estate intersections in your city. They analyze traffic, population metrics, and future development growth. Once they find the golden location, McDonald's corporate buys that specific land themselves. Then they turn around and lease it back to you, the franchise owner. But they do not lease it at a normal market price. They charge a massive, heavily marked up rent. While a regular commercial landlord charges standard fixed market rates, McDonald's forces its franchise owners to pay either a heavy fixed rent or up to 15% of their total gross sales, whichever is higher, just to stay on that property. Think about the cruelty of this mathematical model. Whether your specific store makes money or loses money, whether the global economy crashes or experiences a massive boom, McDonald's corporate gets paid their rent first. It is a bulletproof, risk-free wealth machine where the local owners take 100% of the financial risk and corporate takes 100% of the long-term land value. The darkest part of this story? The brilliant brothers who actually invented the fast food assembly line, Richard and Maurice McDonald, never wanted any of this corporate greed. They wanted quality, simplicity, speed, and affordable local food for everyday families. But Ray Kroc, the ruthless multi-mixer salesman who bought them out, realized the real power wasn't inside the greasy kitchen. It was in the deed to the property. By secretly setting up a separate real estate company called Franchise Realty Corporation, Kroc bought the land under the brothers' original flagship stores without them knowing. He used the land as leverage. He literally locked the original brothers out of their own brand, forced them into legal submission, and stripped them of their own family name. It was the ultimate corporate hijacking, disguised behind a smiling clown named Ronald McDonald. Today, McDonald's sits on over $40 billion worth of pure real estate and land assets. This astronomical number makes them a bigger property owner than the Catholic Church or the British royal family. They built a global real estate empire, colonized the busiest corners of the world, and sold it back to us, packaged beautifully as a Happy Meal. So, the next time you drive through the lane and buy a Big Mac, remember this. You are not just a customer buying a quick lunch. You are a regular tenant paying off the premium mortgage of the biggest, smartest, and most deceptive landlord in human history. If you want to know how another massive giant uses sneaky subscriptions to trap your wallet, just like this real estate mafia, click on our next video about the Amazon Prime illusion. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next case study.